Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so I figured this would be a great time to share with you some sexy date night fragrances. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Before we get into the video, I do want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please consider subscribing. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as you all are seeing this video, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So I know a lot of you may be thinking about what fragrance you want to wear. And so I figured I would help you guys. Now, let me just preface this video by saying in this video, these fragrances can be used any time of year for date night. So I included fragrances that I think will be perfect, like a fancy date night out, a date night in, Valentine's Day, whatever. So even if you're watching this video and it's not around Valentine's Day, still watch it, okay? Because these fragrances are just good go-to date night scents. I did a video talking about my most feminine fragrances, and I actually think all of those would work really well for any type of date night or day date as well. So I will link that video as well. And because I didn't want to be repetitive, I'm not sharing those fragrances in this video. So I really dug into my collection and decided to share some fragrances that I may not have talked about that much or that I don't always include on a date night type list. So I hope this video is helpful to you all. Even if you've seen like all of my other videos, hopefully you have something different in this one. So let's go ahead and get into the fragrances. I usually try to keep these types of videos to 10 fragrances, but in this video I have 11, and it was so hard to narrow it down because I feel like half my collection is like date night worthy. So I have 11, and then I also have 2 honorable mentions at the end that I will tell you why they're honorable mentions, but I will just briefly mention those. Also within this video, I included fragrances from different price ranges. So I have some designer, some luxury designer, and some niche fragrances in here. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the fragrances, and these will be in no particular order. The first fragrance that I have here is from Prada, and this is Prada Candy Night. Now, I love this fragrance. I know it's not for everybody, and I know a lot of people don't respect Prada Candy line. However, I happen to really like this. I like the original Prada Candy too, but I felt like I did my time with that one. You know, I used up a full bottle. I didn't feel the need to repurchase it. This to me has the same Prada Candy DNA, but done in a much more sophisticated way. So you can still smell that kind of candy-ish, cotton candy, burnt sugar type smell that Prada Candy is known for. But in addition to that, you have some chocolate, some coffee notes. So this one is a lot deeper, a lot darker. It's much more subtle in my opinion, and just much more of a sexy scent. So I like this fragrance specifically for date nights at home. I think that this would also work for like more chill dates. This is not a super dressy scent in my opinion. It's kind of more relaxed, more easily sexy, and I love it. So if you're gonna do like a chill date night in on Valentine's Day, I think this would be very appropriate, and I love it. So that is Prada Candy Night. The next fragrance that I have is from Initio, and this is Side Effect. So I love this one, y'all. This one is my type of date scent. This is a boozy, kind of smoky, and also kind of leathery smelling scent. Now it doesn't have leather in here, but saffron is in here, and sometimes saffron can give off a leather type smell. And that's what I get from this fragrance. So it's spicy, it's sweet, it's leathery, it's boozy, and it all just comes together so well. And I think this is a really sexy, addictive scent. So I would probably wear this on a date night out, like to a nice dinner. It's not the most formal type fragrance, but it is my type of sexy fragrance. This is for the person who wants to feel like they are in charge. Like that bossy, sexy vibe. That's what I get from this, but it's just very alluring. Now I do know a lot of men wear this as well, but to me this does not smell too masculine in my opinion. I think it is unisex, and I think it can go well on either a man or a woman just as easily. So yeah, so this is Side Effect from Initio. The next fragrance that I have to share with you is actually one that I've neglected for a while, but recently I started back wearing it, and I think this will make a perfect date night scent. So this is Kayali Elixir 11. Now to me this is formal sexy, which is why I felt like I didn't wear it that much, because it does smell kind of formal to me, but it's also quite sexy. So I think red apple is the main note that I get in this fragrance. but in my opinion, it almost smells like fermented red apple. So I get like boozy wine vibes from it. It's actually kind of hard to explain. That probably sounds gross, but honestly, that's what I get the most from it, like fermented red apple, but done in like a sexy fragrance type way. And I think this would be perfect for like a formal dinner or any type of like going out type date night. I think this would be perfect for her. And I also think that it's very unique. I don't hear many people talk about this fragrance, and so I feel like if you're wearing this, you are going to stand out because this is not the fragrance that every other person will be wearing. So definitely, if you like Kayali, check out Elixir 11. I know it's not the most popular out of the line, but it's absolutely gorgeous. The next fragrance I have is from probably my sexiest fragrance brand, in my opinion, and that is none other than Tom Ford. Y'all know I love Tom Ford, and I feel like a lot of his fragrances are perfect for date night. They're perfect for day dates. They are just very alluring, but also different and bold. And so I feel like a lot of them from this line could work. But the one that I have here right now is Vanille Fatale. So Vanille Fatale is a unique vanilla in my opinion. To me, it is a not too sweet, but also not too boozy, not too smoky type vanilla. So it's not too much of anything. It's kind of all of those things combined. It also kind of reminds me of Hypnotic Poison. They do not smell the same, but if you're familiar with the fizziness that is in Hypnotic Poison, this one kind of smells like that as well. So I love it, y'all. This is absolutely gorgeous, perfect for any type of date. I think it's very versatile because I can wear this in the daytime, but I also feel like it's very appropriate for a nighttime date and even for an in-house date. So definitely Vanille Fatale will be a great scent to wear for Valentine's Day. The next fragrance that I have is another one from Initio, and this is Absolute Aphrodisiac. Now, I have not had this one that long, but I love it. I love this fragrance. So again, this also kind of gives me fizzy Dior hypnotic type vibes. However, I don't think they're dupes, but it doesn't have that fizziness to it. So this one is another vanilla that is deep. It is resinous. It's a little smoky, a little spicy, and it has that like fizzy type texture to it. And it also kind of smells like there could be some almond in here as well. There's something highly addictive about this fragrance. I've only worn it, I think twice now. Yeah, I think about twice. But each time I wore it, I was absolutely in love with it. So again, I think this would work well for any type of date. I think it's pretty versatile. You could wear it out, you can wear it in, and I think it would work perfectly in both type situations. Also like Galentine's. I know I mentioned Galentine's at the beginning, but like I feel like this one would be a great Galentine's scent because you wouldn't smell like all your friends, but you would still smell quite sexy, quite powerful, quite alluring, but still very likable. So yeah, this is Absolute Aphrodisiac. So since we're on the vanilla train, I might as well talk about my other vanilla in this video. This is Nuit et Confidences from Annick Goutal. Now, I did talk about this fragrance in a video recently. I think it was my most addictive fragrances right now. I will link that video for you all. But I think it would make a great date night scent, especially if you're doing more of a chill, relaxed date night at home, or just something that's a little bit more laid back. So say if you're gonna go out and do like an activity type day, I think this will work well for that as well, and definitely for Galentine's. This is a smoky vanilla that is also a little bit spicy and a little bit boozy, but it's just done very well. It smells very expensive, very luxurious. To me, this is a very calming scent, but at the same time, I think it's quite sexy. So if you don't have this fragrance, I definitely think this is one you should check out if you're a vanilla lover, because I think it's great for a variety of situations, not just date night, but I've worn this during the day as well. I've worn it to bed, and I think it's perfect for all of those situations. But if you do have this fragrance, I think it'll be a great choice for Valentine's because it's not an overpowering scent. It kind of sits a little bit closer to you, but you can definitely smell it. Your partner would be able to smell it on you, and yeah, it's quite sexy. So that is Nuit et Confidences. The next fragrance that I have is Tom Ford Rose Prick. And look at this bottle. I mean, doesn't that just say Valentine's ready for you? But this is a spicy rose scent. This is a Tom Ford rose. So this is not going to be the rose for everybody because it does have some pepper in here. And it has turmeric in here as well. And to me, that gives it a different smell than what you would probably be expecting. but overall it is still a beautiful like deep rose scent, and I think this would be perfect for a date night, whether it's formal, informal. I wouldn't necessarily wear this around the house because to me this is more of a stronger scent, but it's not overpowering, but you will definitely stand out wearing this fragrance. Now, to me, this kind of reminds me of a rose oud type fragrance. It has no oud in there, but that's what it reminds me of. So if you're into rose oud combinations, definitely smell this one. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's a unique take on a rose fragrance. So that is Rose Prick. The next fragrance that I have is a very popular one. However, I haven't had it that long, so I don't even know if I've talked about it besides like in my haul video when I picked it up. So this is Xerjoff Lyra. This is a beautiful, delicious smelling lemon cookie scent. That's what it smells like to me. There is some orange in this as well. I believe it's blood orange, and you can kind of smell that in the mixture of the lemon orange, but to me this is more of like a lemon cookie caramel type scent. I love it. It's gorgeous. It definitely smells edible, and who doesn't want to smell edible on Valentine's Day? So I think this will be perfect for Galentine's. It will be perfect for a date night in. I don't really see this as a going out scent. However, if you're doing more of a casual outing, I think it would be perfect for that, but not for anything formal. I think this is more of a playful, fun, edible smelling scent. Love it. So that is Lyra from Xerjoff. The next fragrance that I have is from Tiziana Terenzi, and this is Tibet. Sorry if my lights are blinding y'all, but it's dark here today. It's rainy and cold, so I had to use my artificial lighting. I prefer natural lighting because it doesn't give us that glare, but we do what we can do, right? So Tibet is wonderful for a more formal date night, in my opinion. I actually think this works well in the daytime as well, but I prefer this for like a more formal, dressy date night. This is a peach scent, but it's a musky peach that has some depth to it, almost like there's some woodiness mixed with it as well. But to me, peach is probably the most prominent note in this fragrance. Now, I know peach is not for everybody, and I do think it's hard to get peach right in a lot of fragrances, but I do think it's done very well in this fragrance. I also think that when most people think about peach fragrances, they think about summer, fun, flirty, and I feel like all of that is true, but in this fragrance, the way that it's done and the way that it's mixed with these deeper notes, this is perfect for a date night. It actually smells quite formal to me. So although this is a fruity fragrance, I feel like this is the type of fruity fragrance that's perfect for nighttime, perfect for cold weather, and perfect if you want to stand out because it is quite unique in my opinion. So that is Tibet from Tiziana Terenzi. So the next fragrance, I feel like a lot of you are going to be surprised to see in this video because I have talked about it before, and it just didn't live up to what I expected it to be, but I felt like it deserved a place in this video. So this is from Fragrance Du Bois. This is Minuit et Demi. So like I said, I have talked about this fragrance before and it didn't meet my expectations completely, but it is definitely growing on me, and I think it will make a perfect chill date night scent. So this fragrance is a spicy coffee and caramel scent. It's not incredibly sweet. To me, this is definitely more spicy with some sweetness in the background that really helps to feminize it a little bit. I do think this is quite unisex, but I think the sweetness in this fragrance really helps to round out all the spicy notes in here. It's actually quite beautiful, but again, it sits very close to the skin and it's a quieter fragrance, but sometimes you want something that's pretty quiet. Sometimes you want something that your partner won't smell you until they come in for a cuddle or whatever. So yeah, I think it's perfect for that type of occasion, and it is quite sexy. So this is Minuit et Demi by Fragrance Du Bois. So the next fragrance that I want to share is for my boozy fragrance lovers. This is Killian Apple Brandy. Now this is the original one. I know they have apple brandy on the rocks now, but this is the original. So this smells like an apple brandy. This is quite literal, so it's sweet, it's boozy, there's a little bit of woodiness to it as well. Kind of smells like apple brandy sitting in a barrel. It's delicious, y'all. It smells delicious, but this is definitely not for everybody because, like I said, it is quite literal. So I love to wear this on date nights where I'm gonna be like at a bar, If you're going to like a speakeasy type place, jazz club, this is absolutely perfect. Now this fragrance is probably not the most feminine scent I have in my collection, to be completely honest, but I feel like there is a boldness to wearing a fragrance like this that makes me feel empowered and sexy. So I love it for date nights, going to those types of places like jazz clubs, speakeasies, that type of thing. So very situational, but it comes in handy. So that is Killian Apple Brandy. So those were the main fragrances I wanted to share with you. My last two honorable mentions, I'm just putting in this video because I feel like I can't talk about date night fragrances without mentioning them, but you guys hear me talk about them all the time. So that's why they're honorable mentions. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on them, but no date night video would be complete for me, for Ayesha, without these two. So I had to include them. Number one is my go-to date night, Tom Ford Black Orchid Perfume. I know y'all already guessed it. That's why it didn't make the list. But if you're like me, it doesn't matter how old this gets. I never get tired of it. I literally never get tired of this. So this is the newer version of Black Orchid. This is a boozier, sweeter take on the original. Very hard to explain, but I know a lot of you all have smelled Black Orchid, but it's deep, dark, sexy. This one screams date night to me. This is probably my most worn date night scent. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to include it. If you haven't smelled this, go try it on your skin. Go to Sephora, spray it on your skin, let it marinate, and tell me how you like it. I know it's not for everybody, but it is like probably my number one date night scent. And then the other one is one that I've talked about so much, but I mean, how could I do a video without Lost Cherry, guys? How could I do a date night video without this scent? I love it. Smells scrumptious, delicious. So this is a boozy cherry almond scent that a lot of people talk about. A lot of people give it a lot of flack for not performing well, but I think it works really nicely for date night because honestly, how long are you gonna be out? So this fragrance lasts probably about 5 hours on me, and I know it's expensive, and I know a lot of y'all wanna get 8 hours of performance, but it smells so good to me that I do not care. I mean, 5 hours is enough time for me to go on a date and get back home. Also, this is perfect for date nights in if you are fancy because it just smells so inviting. I love it. Like, trust me on this, y'all. Trust me. It's called Lost Cherry for a reason, okay? So that is Tom Ford Lost Cherry. So those were all the fragrances that I wanted to share with you that would be perfect for any date night, but especially for Valentine's Day. If you have your Valentine's Day fragrance picked out, let us know what you're wearing down below. And it does not matter if you don't have a Valentine, if you're just gonna be hanging out alone or hanging out with your friends, still let us know if you have a plan on what you're gonna wear. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure you're subscribed and follow me over on Instagram. I'm sure I'll be sharing my Valentine's Day fragrance of the day over there for you guys, even though I'll just be going to work on Valentine's Day. But I'm probably still gonna share it because I'll still probably wear something a little special on that day. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.